Hello, and welcome back to Archives of Fabella Daily, the only podcast trading crossbows and paper for priceless jewels. Today is April 15th, equal to Aries 26th. Books are available on Amazon. Please rate and review the podcast on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts, and hit that subscribe button for more great stories right in your feed. 198 BC is marked as the year the Battle of Panium took place. It was fought between Seleucid forces led by Antiochus III and Ptolemaic forces led by Scopas of Aetolia. The Seleucids won the battle, which allowed Antiochus III to obtain entire possession of Palestine and Sele, Syria, from King Ptolemy V of Egypt. But in Fabella, an ambassador for China began an alliance that changed the very fabric of the magical world. I'm Dylan Foley, and this is Archives of Fabella. Beyond our world, there is love. Beyond our world, there is war. Beyond our world, there is life. Beyond our world, there is Fabella. Aries 26th, 3803 FY, Fabella year, equal to April 15th, 198 BC Earth year. There were a lot of inventions that Fabellans developed either before or in tandem with the people of Earth. The crossbow was not one of these. The development of the crossbow was a Chinese invention brought over to Fabella through the longest-standing cross-dimensional trade alliance in history. Throughout most of their history, the Republic of Fantasia maintained a strong alliance with China. The first Chinese trade ambassador to step foot on Fantasia was Chen Yu of the Han Dynasty. He met with Fantasian officials for the first time on Aries 26th, 3803 in Hercules. It was there that the first crossbow was introduced to the Fabellan people. The power of the traditional bow varies tremendously from person to person because it is dependent on an individual's physical strength. The Chinese invention of the crossbow in the 6th or 5th century BCE transformed Chinese warfare, increasing the individual archer's power and speed by fixing the bowstring on a notched trigger mechanism that allowed the soldier to draw the bowstring, load the arrow, and aim in 3 separate motions instead of 1. The first crossbows were wooden bows mounted horizontally on a wooden stock with a metal trigger. Combining the principle of the crossbow and the ability to produce high-quality cast bronze and iron allowed the Chinese to make the first mass-produced weapons. By the year 4000 FY, the Fantasian army fielded 20,000 crossbowmen. The weapon became an immediate favorite for non-magic sadrus and was used extensively during their clashes with warlocks during the Western War. Chen Yu returned home to China with wildlife from Fabella as payment for his services. Chen Yu, ever a botanist and zoologist, is credited with maintaining the largest collection of animals from Fabella on Earth in recorded history. There are still some roaming in the Asian countryside and around the world today. It's theorized that popular animals of myth and legend, like the Yeti, Sasquatch, etc., were descended from creatures brought over to Earth by Chen Yu. The Republic of Fantasia benefited greatly from their covert alliance with China. Chen Yu continued to trade with Fabella even after the free travel between Earth and Fabella was called to a halt. The greatest result of this alliance between universes was the introduction of paper. Chen Yu told the Fabellans this was a writing surface made from bamboo fibers and the inner bark of a mulberry tree. The Republic of Fantasia awarded him for bringing this to them with 1,000 gold coins and diamonds, the largest payment any Chinese trade person accepted from Fabella. The basic paper-making process is simple. Create a slurry from fibrous material and water. Spread the slurry out flat. Drain all the excess water and let it dry to produce a light sheet of matted fibers. The earliest Chinese paper was made primarily from hemp. Over the years, paper makers experimented with various barks, bamboo, and rattan. The first uses of paper in Fabella was for wrapping, packing, decoration, and toilet paper. It was only when paper began to be used as a writing and printing medium that its true possibilities appeared, and it started to be used to create maps as a writing surface. Paper changed civilization's relationship to spread knowledge. It inspired new forms of notation, building plans, written music, street maps, and paper currency. As for the vast wealth given to Chen Yu for introducing paper and the crossbow to Fabella, that too is a story in itself. For a while, bits and pieces of the treasure Chen Yu took back with him to China were spread throughout the years. The vast amount was hidden by Chen Yu with a map left to his descendants in his will. None of his family were ever able to read and decipher the map to find the treasure. The map itself has also been lost to time. The lost treasure of Chen Yu continues to be a deeply held secret in China to this day. That's going to do it for us today. Tune in tomorrow for an ancient hunt. Subscribe now to get more new episodes right in your feed. Rate and review the podcast on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Send your questions to archivesoffabella@gmail.com. Archives of Fabella is created, produced, and hosted by Dylan Foley, with music by Garrett Ferris, and audio blocks. Books are available on Amazon in ebook and paperback. As always, look outside of what is possible and think about what might be.